Hi, my name's Rohit, and today we're going to talk about identity theft. How our authentic self, who we were when we were children, was stolen from us, and how we adopted a false identity based upon our body, our mind, our ego, our possessions, our work, and all the stories of our lives. This might be exactly the video you've been looking for, because we're going to crack the deepest mystery that has ever been talked about by philosophers since the beginning of time. Who am I? I'll be back with you in just a moment. I have found that the key thing to helping us lead a healthier, happier, and better life is discovering the reality about our true, authentic self. But before we go into that, before I tell you more about it, let's go back and just challenge a few more assumptions. In answer to that question, who am I? Most people would say, I'm my body. This is me. I am a man, a woman, a child, a teenager, boy, girl, whatever that might be. I am white or black, brown. I am fat or thin. I am short or tall. We would define ourselves by our body. But is that really who I am? Or do I have a body? Is it my body, or am I the body? Questions to contemplate here. If I have a body, then what am I doing identifying with it? Am I my car? Am I my house? No, I have a car, I have a house, I have a body. And if this body is a vehicle or organism within which I live, that makes everything very different. It then is something I take care of, but it no longer forms the core of my identity. Because if it is my identity, then it's really a big mess, as it is for most people. When this body, let's say you lose a leg, let's say you get older, let's say you're not as pretty as someone else, or good looking, or whatever else it might be, maybe you've got some deformity, something's not okay with you, well then, you're going to feel yourself inadequate, not good enough, not as special, somehow unlucky, right? You see, the body has been changing, and every 7 years, every cell in the body has been replaced. The organs have been changed. Every part of you is new. That is why there was a time when you were a baby, you no longer have that body. You no longer have your kid body. You no longer have your teen body, assuming you're an adult now. And when you're in your 20s and 30s, you no longer have that body when you're 40 and 50. You see, your body's been constantly changing. And if your body was you, well then, where are you? Where's the you that was a teenager? Where's the you that was in the 20s? Not around anymore. But yet you're the same person. All of us can identify. I am the same person who was in that baby body, in that teen body, in that 20-year-old body. And here I am today. Older, wiser, right? But this is not me. This is a dress I wear, an organism that I live in. This is just the vehicle, the housing, whatever analogy you want to give it. Now, likewise, I have a mind. We all have a mind. A mind that we use to comprehend and navigate the world. A mind that we believe blindly and defend passionately. A mind that pushes us and punishes us. A mind that we identify with and serve with the obedience of a slave. It insults us and beats us up. It is unforgiving and relentless. It is never satisfied or content. It is never really at happy or at peace. We allow it to tell us what to do, how to live our lives, what is right, what is wrong, what is possible, what is not possible, who we are. It defines us, and all of that then controls us. But it is my mind. Why do I allow it to do that? Have you ever thought about this? It thinks it is who we are. But am I my mind? What is a mind? The Wikipedia defines the mind as something that is a set of cognitive faculties, including consciousness, imagination, perception, thinking, judgment, language, and memory. It holds the power of imagination, recognition, and appreciation. It is responsible for processing feelings and emotions, resulting in attitudes and actions. What is the brain? The brain is an organ that serves as the center of the nervous system. It controls most of the activities of the body, processing, integrating, and coordinating the information it receives from the sense organs. The adult human brain weighs on average about 1.2 to 1.4 kilos, which is about 2.6 to 3.1 pounds, which is about 2% of the total body weight. Yet we allow this 3-pound mass of body part to control us and dominate us. I think of my mind as the software and the brain as the hardware. I think of my mind as something that I have, an instrument, a computer. You see, it's something that I own, something that I am the master of, the boss of. If so, then why am I letting it control and bully me? If so, why do I believe it? If so, why have I allowed it to interpret my world and provide it with meaning? Is it even capable of such a task? A very important part of my mind is the ego. The ego is defined by the dictionary as my sense of self, the I of any person. The Cambridge Dictionary says it is your idea or opinion of yourself, especially the feeling of your own importance and ability. In other words, your ego is who you think you are. But who is doing the thinking? My mind. Where is the ego? In my mind. The mind is thinking about what it is. It is defining itself. How does it go about doing this? It does it from data that was accumulated from the people around you, your parents, your teachers, your friends, from the situations of your life. It extrapolates and interprets those events and gives them meaning, and through that meaning defines who you are and what you're capable of. It judges you, it arrives at its own conclusions, it determines your worth, your value, and your potential. It condemns you and punishes you. It is the detective, the prosecuting attorney, the judge, and the jailer, all in one. Fascinating, isn't it? But does the mind really know you? Do people really know you? If every human being is unique and different, then is comparison between one and another an effective way to determine a person's worth and value? Is self-judgment, self-criticism, and self-flagellation a way to improve oneself? I don't think so. It's been proven again and again, especially in child development, that doesn't work. And yet we keep doing it to ourselves. I've noticed that the mind is a misguided creature. It is incapable of understanding who we are, what our worth is, or what we deserve. Its interpretations of the world and the people are often superficial and prejudiced. It is an unreliable ally. And since it is my mind, perhaps it's high time that I took charge of it and became the master of my mind. It's time that I stopped its bullying and slave-driving tactics. It's time to train it and stop believing it. It's time to train my dragon. Many of us believe that we are our job or our business or the stuff that we have, our likes, our dislikes, our politics, our sports, our beliefs and emotions, our religion, our hobbies, our interests, our life story and personality. But is that really something who we are, or something we've accumulated over time, perhaps based on the exposure we had? If I grew up around people who love sports or a certain kind of sport, I probably began to play that kind of sport or be interested in it. If I didn't grow up with that, I probably didn't develop an interest in it. If I was exposed to certain kinds of foods, then I developed an interest in those foods and not in others. If I had spicy food when I was growing up, I developed an interest in that and began to like it. And if I didn't, then I had bland food, and then that's what I can tolerate, and I can't handle the spicy food. So you see, a lot of it is our conditioning, our programming, what we've been led to believe and become accustomed to. But is this who we are? Is this what defines us? It seems to define us. And yet if we challenge the very idea, we're going to find a way to recover our true identity. So if I'm not my mind, if I'm not who I think I am, then who am I? Let's perform an experiment. Take a few deep breaths and relax. Bring your awareness to the area around your chest. How does it feel inside? Go ahead, do the experiment now. Close your eyes. Take that deep breath. Notice how it feels. Most people, when I ask them to do the experiment, tell me that it feels peaceful. Is that what you're feeling as well? Where is this feeling coming from? I have performed this experiment with hundreds of people, and every one of them comes up with the same conclusion. What if this that you're experiencing in here right now is your soul, your consciousness, your essence? What if this is your true self, the authentic self, the owner of the body and the mind? In the next video, we will explain the nature of this soul further. But for now, stay with it. Start to experience it a little more. Feel it, experience its qualities, and what it's like to be your true self. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, please click on the like button, and I look forward to seeing you again.